Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that combines smart budgeting techniques with cultural insights to help you build wealth. We'll be exploring zero-based budgeting and some intriguing Chinese financial habits that can supercharge your savings. Let's get started. This is the Finance Virtuoso channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the notification bell for the best money tips and tricks. Now, you might be wondering, what does Chinese culture have to do with my finances? Well, stick with me, because the answer might surprise you. Did you know that as of December 2023, the gross savings rate in China was a whopping 44.3%? That means for every $100 they earn, Chinese people are saving around $44. Compare that to the United States, where our savings rate is at 3.7%. That's a massive difference. So, what's their secret? It's not just one thing, but a combination of cultural values, smart practices, and a specific budgeting technique that we'll dive into. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the cultural aspect. In China, saving money isn't just a good habit, it's seen as honorable. Kids are taught from a young age to save their lucky money, the cash gifts they receive in red envelopes during holidays and birthdays. This early emphasis on saving creates a lifelong habit. There's even a popular greeting during Chinese New Year that translates to "Hope you get rich" instead of just "Happy New Year." Now, that might sound a bit materialistic to Western ears, but it reflects the importance of financial stability in Chinese culture. But it's not just about cultural values. There are some practical reasons behind this high savings rate too. For instance, China doesn't have the same kind of retirement accounts that we're used to in the West, like 401(k)s or IRAs. Many Chinese people are concerned about whether their pension system will be enough when they retire, so they save more to ensure they're covered. Now, let's get to the meat of our topic: zero-based budgeting. This is a budgeting system that many Chinese people use, even if they don't call it by that name. The concept is simple but powerful: you account for every single dollar of your income. Here's how it works: at the beginning of each month, you allocate every dollar of your income to a specific purpose. Your income minus your expenses should equal zero. But here's the kicker: expenses doesn't just mean bills and groceries. It includes savings, investments, debt payments, and any other financial goals you have. Let's break this down with an example. Say you make $4,000 a month. Your zero-based budget might look something like this. Rent, $1,200. Utilities, $200. Groceries, $400. Transportation, $200. Health insurance, $300. Emergency fund savings, $400. IRA contribution, $500. Student loan payment, $300. New car fund, $200. Entertainment, $200. Miscellaneous, $100. Total, $4,000. See how that adds up to exactly $4,000? That's the zero-based part: every dollar has a job. There's no money left unaccounted for, which means no chance of mindless spending. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I have an unexpected expense? Great question. That's where the emergency fund comes in. By consistently setting aside money for emergencies, you're prepared for those curveballs life throws at you. One of the great things about zero-based budgeting is its flexibility. If you overspend in one category, you can adjust by reducing spending in another. It keeps you constantly aware of your financial situation and helps you make intentional choices about your money. But here's where we can learn from Chinese financial habits to supercharge this budgeting method. Remember that 44.3% savings rate? Let's break down some of the principles behind it. First principle: prioritize needs over wants. This doesn't mean you can never buy anything fun, but it does mean being thoughtful about your purchases. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or do I just want it? If it's a want, can you delay the purchase or find a less expensive alternative? Second principle, live below your means. Many Chinese people try to live off a small percentage of their income, saving the rest. Now, I'm not saying you should live off 10% of your income, that's extreme. But could you live off 70% or 80% and save the rest? It might be more doable than you think. Third principle, focus on value. When you do spend money, especially on bigger purchases, focus on getting the best value. This might mean spending more upfront for a higher quality item that will last longer. For example, buying a $350 wallet might seem extravagant, but if it lasts for 5 years, that's less than 20 cents a day. Not bad when you think about it that way. Fourth principle, cook at home. Eating out is one of the biggest budget busters for many people. In Chinese culture, eating at home and having people over for dinner is more common than going out to restaurants. This can save you a ton of money over time. Now, let's talk about how we can combine these principles with zero-based budgeting to create a powerful wealth-building strategy. Step 1. Start with your zero-based budget. Account for every dollar of your income. Step 2. Apply the needs versus wants principle to each category. Can you reduce spending on any wants to increase your savings? Step 3. Challenge yourself to live below your means. Could you increase your savings rate by 1% this month? How about 5%? Step 4. For any major purchases, consider the long-term value. Will this item last? Is it worth the investment? Step 5. Look at your food budget. Could you reduce eating out and increase your grocery budget to cook more at home? By applying these principles to your zero-based budget, you're not just tracking your spending, you're optimizing it. You're making every dollar work harder for you, just like our Chinese friends do. Now, I want to address something important. We're not saying that every Chinese person is great with money, or that every American is bad with money. That's definitely not true. We're just looking at overall trends and cultural practices that we can learn from. Also, it's crucial to find a balance. While saving is important, you don't want to deprive yourself to the point where you're miserable. The goal is to be intentional with your money, not to never enjoy it. Remember, building wealth is about consistently making smart choices with your money over time. Zero-based budgeting gives you the framework to make those choices, and these Chinese financial habits can inspire you to save more and spend more wisely. Before we wrap up, let's address a common concern. This all sounds great, but I can barely make ends meet as it is. How can I possibly save more? If you're in this situation, start small. Even saving 1% of your income is a step in the right direction. As you get more comfortable with budgeting and find areas to cut back, you can gradually increase your savings rate. Also, remember that increasing your income is just as important as reducing your expenses. Could you ask for a raise at work? Start a side hustle? Sell items you no longer need? Every extra dollar you earn is an opportunity to save more. So there you have it, folks. Zero-based budgeting combined with these smart Chinese financial habits can be a powerful tool for building wealth. It might take some getting used to, but the potential payoff is huge. Imagine looking at your bank account a year from now and seeing a much healthier balance. That's the power of intentional money management. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you tried zero-based budgeting? Do you use any of these saving strategies? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more financial tips and tricks. Remember, small changes in how you handle your money can lead to big results over time. Here's to building wealth, one smart decision at a time.